this week has been like super fucking crazy. Like everyone's hurting themselves and everyone's just like having stomach blues, and I'm like, get away from me. Like, don't bring me into that shit, because I need to be here. Like, oh my god, it's crazy. I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like everyone's just like getting hurt or like having issues like with their health.
Like getting hurt like on the job?
No, so my chef actually, it was like a Monday night, and then he went to this Dave Chappelle like comedy show, and afterwards he was like on the scooter, and then this guy on his bike like ran into him, and he fucking fell down, and the guy fell on his shoulder.
What?
And I'm like, oh my god, are you okay? And so he like came the next day, like he couldn't, like lift his arm. I was like, oh my god, like you have to check this, like you have to go to the doctor and get this checked out. And so that day he had to go to the doctor, and so I was like essentially by myself, and the owner was like helping me out too. Mm-hmm. But like it's like a small knitted kitchen that there's only like 4 people rotating. So it's my chef, me, Nayeli, and Brian. And Brian was like at his other job, and Nayeli had a stomach flu, and so she couldn't come in. So it was just like me and like the owner, John.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I was just like, it's gonna be okay, because usually on Mondays it's not super busy, but there's still shit to do. So like, yeah, there's also on top of that, like they had an event on Thursday that we had to prep up for. So it was just like super hectic.
Oh, I bet. I just imagine it like Hell's Kitchen, this TV show. Is it pretty accurate? Funny. Like the chaos and like.
I mean, it can get like that, but I think it's just it depends on like where you're working at, and also like the volume of the kitchen that you're producing.
That's true.
So like my old restaurant, we were pretty steady, and we would get really busy on like weekends. And so yeah, like it would kind of get really rowdy, and just like everyone's just like focused, like hyper focused, and like the chef's just yelling at you about some shit, and I'm just like, what is going on? So I'm like, like you're just having to ride that wave until it ends, and then it's time for cleanup. So yeah, it happens really quickly.
Yeah.
And a lot of shit can be done, but at the same time, you just have to hustle, I feel like.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you graduated from culinary school? Cool. So what do you like cook mostly? What's your specialty?
So I think my specialty is just to like learn, not so much as like cook specific things, like yeah, I'll cook like a type of dish, but it's not really, I feel like it's more of like a technique, and also like the experience. Like I always think about like the ending, like who am I serving this for, and like what am I doing with this. So it's almost like a different mentality. Like people ask me that all the time, actually, like, oh well, like what's your favorite thing to do? I feel like all of it is like my favorite thing to do. It's like a whole process. Like you can't really isolate it, because it's like a whole process of like what you have to do from start to finish. You know what I mean? Like it's really a whole experience.
Wow. Yeah. That's such a beautiful way to look at cooking.
Yeah, because it's so weird to me. I'm like, I love cooking. Like I can't just be set on one dish or like one specialty of like cuisine, like Spanish food. Like there's so, and even then like it would go on forever. Like if I say Filipino food, it would be Filipino food, but it's like it comes from different regions. So if I'm like a Bicolano and then you're Ilocana, like it would be different, because our ingredients would be different, because we're from 2 different regions. So it would be different.
What are the main like difference in ingredients between like, I don't know, Bicolano and like
I feel Tagalog? Like it's also like the terrain, like it's not really the same. Like for example, like where I'm from, like there's a lot of fucking coconuts. A lot of coconuts, a lot of mangoes, a lot of chilies. So Bicol essentially is like the hot region, or I forgot what they say, but it's like we're known for such high, or for such like really spicy food, because we have and grow a lot of chilies. So it's like it's different. Like I wouldn't know anything about like Ilocano or like someone from Mindanao, like what do they really have? Because like I'm really uneducated because I've not been since I left pretty much, you know what I mean? So I really want to go back just because of that. Like I want to know like how people utilizes certain things and how people use this ingredient for certain things. It's just like, it's so crazy. It's like a whole array of spectrum that you can just unfold anytime and it would be different.
Wow, that's so true. So I think, so my mom is Visayan and my dad's Ilocano, right? Is pinakbet Ilocano?
I think so, but we also have pinakbet in our region. So what's your pinakbet? Like what's in
like
it?
There's eggplant, of course. Man, I cannot even think. A lot of vegetables, like green beans, squash.
Exactly. Like pumpkins. Yeah. And then it's like very like, it's like stewy. It's like a stew, essentially.
Yeah.
And do you guys do it with beef or pork?
Shrimp? Is that right?
Really? I've always known it to be like oxtails. Like I feel like. Like some type of beef. Like pinakbet or like it could be anything. Yeah. And like I know that they like put bagoong in it.
Yeah. I think
like
that's
that
what I was
fish
thinking.
paste.
Yeah, shrimp.
Yeah.
I mean fish.
But it's like it's so wild because every person, like for example, sisig. Like I was researching this and some regions use snake as their meat. Yeah.
Have you had snake before?
No, I haven't. Oh, okay. It's crazy to me. I'm like, what? Y'all eat snake? What? And like obviously the original one is like pork and like it's made from like pork face. So it's like the jowls and the cheeks and the nose and the ears, like very cartilagey parts.
It's tough.
Exactly, but it also has that like crunchy like that bite texture to it. So it's like weird to me that people like would just single it out. I'm like, no, it's like it's different from every region because every region has different ingredients and also different staples. Yeah. Like it's so wild to me that they fucking eat snake. I'm like, what? I didn't know that you could eat snake. Who thought of that, you know? Right. So same things with frogs. Like people say like frog legs taste like chicken. It probably does. It probably does.
My dad loves frog legs. I've never had it.
And alligator too. Like
I've had that once.
I've never had alligator.
But in Louisiana.
No shame.
In New Orleans. I think I had it. Damn. But what do you like to cook yourself? Like what do you normally cook for fun? Like what's your main type of...
I like cooking with noodles a lot. So pancit bihon or something like that.
Is that the thicker noodle?
Thicker noodle? That let it out. Dude, and that thicker noodles? You like that noodles?
I don't know why the accent comes out when
it comes out anytime, anywhere. No shame at all. I'm like, oh well, that slipped out. That's who I really am. Yeah, my mom is the worst at it. Like one time I remember her, we were on a plane and the stewardess like came, she's like, hey, do you want something to drink? And then my mom was like, she'll have milk. I just like looked at her, I'm like, I would like milk, please. My mom was like, she would like milk. She just pointed at me. I'm like, oh my God, Mom. Oh God. And one time, like, I was saying bitch to someone, and she was like, Abby, don't be saying bitch anywhere, okay? Don't do that. I'm like, you mean bitch? And she's like, no, I said bitch, okay? I said it. She's just like a character. It's so wild.
She sounds fun.
She is not. She can be, because I make it fun. But anywhere, anytime, she's just really stressed out. Like, I remember, like, driving, like, the first time, like, I would drive and, like, would learn to drive. She would literally, like, hold on for Jesus' life or her life. And she would just be like, oh, my God. Oh, my God, Abby. I'm like, I'm just braking, Mom. She's like, oh, my God, you're too close. You're too close. I'm like, just chill. She's so uptight. Ugh. I love you, Mom, though. I love her.
So I take it your dad's like the chiller one.
Fuck yeah.
That's like me and my mom.
Absolutely. My dad's just like, yeah. He's like, like wouldn't even like think twice about it. Yeah, my dad's like the chill one. My mom's really uptight. So I like learn how to be both all the time.
Yeah. My dad's all about like just have fun, like experience it. Like as soon as like I was in my like late 20s and just responsible with drinking, like he doesn't mind at like weddings, like being the designated driver. So like me and my brothers can drink and stuff. So.
Yeah, my dad's always been like that, but my mom was like, "Don't be drinking. You don't know who's out here at this time of night. Like rapists are out, like killers are out. You better watch out." Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my mom is always like, "Oh, you be careful. There's pickpocketers."
That's so crazy. They're just like, they're so overprotective of their own kind. It's so wild to me. I'm just like, Mom, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be good. And you know what she said to me the other day? She was just like, you know, I never dreamed about being great. I just thought about like bringing honor and greatness to the family, but not really myself. And I'm like, I'm the opposite, Mom. Like I'm gonna bring greatness for me first, and then
there you go.
Like I'll, you know, but it sounds wrong to say, but it's like I have to look out for myself, and like it's just weird. I don't know how to really like truly explain it.
Yeah, I feel like old school traditional Filipinos, you're always like like surviving and living for someone else. Like you're always like taking care of someone.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Exactly.
Like, you know, parents or grandparents, they don't go to the nursing home unless like they really have to, like for health reasons.
And we wouldn't want to, because it's not the right thing to do. Like it's like, oh, like there are elders, like we are able enough to take care of them, so why shouldn't we?
Right.
That's like the mentality. It's nothing against the facilities or anything like that, but it's just like that's just how we do things. It's like we'd rather take care of our own because this is like this is the right thing to do.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know, respect is huge when it comes to like elders.
Yeah, like blessing.
Yeah,
and shit.
Totally.
Yeah, I feel you.
But yeah, I know. Like my mom, like when I look at her, I'm like, are you even enjoying life? Because it seems like you've always been taking care of someone, whether it be a patient at work, your own like husband, your kids.
Exactly.
Like my mom got divorced when I was 4, and she didn't start dating until like we were in our 20s.
Damn.
So like she was always stressed out, like being a single parent or whatever. And I'm like, damn, can you imagine being single that fucking long?
I don't want to say it out loud, but you really do sometimes. I mean, you need it. You got it. So why wouldn't you want it? That was just private for us. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel that. Like, my mom has always took care of us and other people before she took care of herself. Yeah. And when it comes down to it, she would blame everyone else for occupying her time, which she had the consciousness to be aware of what she was doing. And I'm like, Mom, it's not our fault, like, that you want to help us, even though we didn't ask for the help. Yeah. Like, she would just, like, kind of insert herself, be like, oh, this is what's going to happen or whatever. But it doesn't really go well that way. Yeah. Because at the same time, like, she would always say to me to, like, obey, like what the parents are saying. But, like, yeah, that's cool, but it would be detrimental because, like, I would want to choose my own actions based off of my own experience. Yep. And, like, I know that, like, your mom's always right or your mom knows best or whatever. But there comes a time where you need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and be responsible of your choices, like whether or not it brings like chaos or it brings abundance. You're learning as you go. So for someone or for anyone to, like, hold you back in that sense, it's just like, well, are you really living your life to the fullest extent? Because, like, you're having to be controlled by someone else, right? And I don't fuck with that. I just don't.
Yeah, totally. But I just forgot. I didn't even introduce you yet.
We're on a roll.
Oh, we just so, like, oh my gosh, I love talking to you.
Yeah, me too.
On this show, we have singer, songwriter, cook, chef, my fellow Pinay, Abby.
Hello.
Abby Arsenal on Instagram.
Abby Sernal.
Oh my god! Arsenal!
That's wild.
Dude, I've been reading it wrong Oh my god, I feel like
That's
such
crazy,
a
really?
like an old person.
Abby Sernal. Where'd you get the AR?
I don't know.
Girl.
Dude, my last guess, I fucked up his last name.
Oh, no.
I thought his name was Bill Pax because his handle is BLPATX. Like BL and then photography ATX.
Okay.
But I read it as like his full name.
What'd
Bill
you say?
Pax.
What'd he say?
He was like, it's Bill Long. I'm like, damn.
That's
He shut me down.
That's crazy. They're like, you need to get it right, first of all. You're not even the wrong person. Like, you're not even the person that I thought I was interviewing. That's crazy.
Oh
no, but
my
it's
God.
okay.
It's
fine.
Sernal?
Yeah,
Is that
it's
your real
Sernal.
last name?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
Sernal.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Abigail Sernal.
Nice. Do you have a middle name?
Yeah, but not really. It's my mom's maiden name. So it's,
that's what my mom did with Jeffrey, my other brother. He
Yeah.
was like, I ran out of middle names. So.
it's crazy because all my siblings have middle names and I'm the only one that doesn't. So what up, Mom? Like, what you got? Like, she just neglected that part. She was just like, you know what? You're gonna have 3 names. That's okay. But it's cool. I feel special that way.
I like it.
Abigail. So
I never met a Filipino Abigail.
really,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
There is a few Christines though. I feel like it's so basic.
Christine.
Yeah.
Oh, because your name is Christine.
Yeah.
I was like,
My real, but Fatal is my art name, so like I always introduce myself
yeah, I get that.
to real folks as my
Real.
alien.
Not the animated ones. That's awesome. I like that. Fatal.
Yeah. I've had it for a while, and it seems to work well, like in any market that I try to like. I don't know.
Overdose.
Yeah.
That's cool. So how did you come about that?
Oh man, that's a good question. Like
I feel like I was the one interviewing you then.
Abby overdose.
Yeah.
I just wanted like a really like I don't know striking name, but edgy, but I don't know like Fatal, like you're killing it, you know.
Got it.
It just seemed right, and I adopted that first as my photography name, Fatal Appeal Photography, but then I just liked Fatal for a name period. So
Yeah, I like Fatal too.
Thanks.
That's cool.
But you want to keep yours as just Abby, like
I think that I'm gonna go by Abigail. You know, because I've always kind of like it's interesting because all my life people would tell me like you should really sing, like you should, but I never did. Like I just kept it to myself, and I was just like, nah, I'm gonna just do my own thing and be ready when I'm ready. And yeah, so I feel like with that, it's like an outward expression of like this is who I really am. Like I'm myself, you know, like that's my nature. Like the name is my nature.
yeah, I like that.
And the name translates to queen.
Really?
Yeah, my mom told me that a long
didn't know
time
that.
ago. She was like, you know, Abigail is from the Bible and she was a queen. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna adapt that. I like that.
I like that. Man,
Yeah.
mine's all basic. I was named after my mom because her born name was Maria Christina,
Okay.
but then she dropped the Maria and she's now just Tina.
Oh,
so I'm
okay.
Christine Marie. So she like made
She
me
like flipped
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Got it.
I'm like, it's kind of boring though. It sounds so like
It sounds so
puti.
polite.
or that
Yeah.
too, yeah.
My name is Christine Marie.
But my family calls me Tintin.
There you go.
Do you have a family nickname?
Bem. Be.
Be?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Be or Bem. Like Bhem. Like, hey Bem. Or my aunt would always call me Bem. Like, hey Bem. Like, how are you doing, Bem?
Aw.
It's such like a really adoring name.
Yeah.
Like, you know, to be called that, I'm just like, oh, I feel home. you
I
know?
like it. Yeah, same with Din. Like, that's
Yeah.
how I gauge, like, the closeness of who I am to a
Yeah,
person.
exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Because I used to be embarrassed by it.
Really?
Because it's so silly.
Tintin.
Yeah.
But it's so cute though. Like you have to like embrace those things
Yeah.
that like your elders like gave to you.
Yeah.
'Cause, like it's like what they see in you. Like I always give people like nicknames. Like I feel like once I get to know them, I'm like, hey, like Brian, I call him, hey B, like
Yeah.
how you doing?
Yeah.
Like just like shortcutting it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I like it now, though. And I use 1010 as, like, a code for it.
Okay.
Tintin.
Yeah. 1010.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the 1010?
Because it's 10.
Oh.
10.
Wow. Mind blown. It's like how a Filipino would say 10.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Thin.
Thin. No, it's thin. No, actually, it's 10. No, it's thin. It's so funny.
I know, and like the correct way to pronounce it is like the D, like a TD, like a DT,
like din din.
Yeah, like thin, like it's a very powerful T. So it's always weird when I hear other people say it, tin, like a very
like very sharp.
Yeah, I'm like, no, that's not how you say it.
That's why you don't know me. And don't call me that. Yeah.
But no, when I was little, I thought that was my real name first because
really?
Yeah, because when you're little, like everyone just addresses you by this nickname.
That's true.
And you don't know that, oh, I have a formal American name.
Yeah.
So like you don't really know it until you start going to school.
Yeah.
And say, oh, my name is Christine. That's weird. But I went to kindergarten.
I get that.
Yeah.
Because like I've always gone by Abby or like Abigail. But like I've never like really thought about that. So like my nephew or my niece, her name is Shaylee, but that's what we call her. But her actual name is Roche.
Oh wow.
So like people at school call her Roche. So when I'm picking her up from school and I say Shaylee, this bitch doesn't turn around. I'm like, Shaylee. And she was just like, oh. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? I just calling you. What are you doing? It's just like, I'm sorry. Like, people call me Roche here. I'm like, bitch, drop that bougie shit right now. I'm calling you Shaylee. That's
How
crazy.
old is she?
She's like 10. I love her
gosh.
so much. She would, like, anytime that I would call her, like Roche, she'd be like, it's weird to me. Like, I'm like, I don't want to call you Roche. I've always called you Shaylee. Or, like, my friends, like, Via. Like, her name, like, her Filipino nickname is Via. But her actual name is Natalie. And I never call her Natalie. It's so weird to me. Every time I call her by Natalie, I, like, Via.
Right, exactly.
Or Ais. Like, Ais is, like, Clarissa.
Ooh,
and I never say Clarissa.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's weird to me. So I'm just going to keep calling you the way I keep calling you. So that's just how it is, though.
Yeah. Filipino nicknames are so much more endearing.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Like, my cousins, I have a Neil who's Tonton. But you call him Ton.
Yeah.
Like, or his brother is Nestor, but we call him Jongjong or Jong.
Yeah.
Like,
so my brother, his name is Arnie. And we call him B-Boy.
Oh, there's always a boy, too.
Yeah. Like, Nonoy. Like, it's so
Nonoy.
crazy. Yeah.
Aww.
There's a lot of, like, there's a lot of endearment to it, for sure.
Do you call your brothers Manong or Kuya?
Kuya. I feel like Mano is like for the elders. So like I would catch my siblings calling someone else their big brother Mano. You know what I mean? But like I would always call them ate or Kuya. Or like they would say hermana or hermano, you know?
Really?
Yeah, like to someone who's like much older than them. It's never just like someone who's like like the other way around, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it has to be like, to me, I've always noticed it that way. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was like a dialect thing because my dad says kuya, but my mom says manong. So like, I don't know if that's the Visayan way or something.
Yeah, it's definitely interchangeable though. Cause like, I'll say kuya or like manong or like manoy. It's just, I guess it just depends on the context too and like who
That's
it is
true.
you're talking to.
Huh.
It's so weird.
I don't know.
It's so cool.
But I do like how ate is kind of just like universal.
Yeah. I'll hear people say inday or like just like weird names that I feel like they just fucking make up every day. I'm like, that's cool. I want to go back so bad.
Me too.
I want to.
Do you have any plans going back?
I do. Like maybe like towards summer. like probably May or something. Because the fiesta in my barangay is in May 5th, which is my brother's birthday.
Oh, wow.
So they go all out. Like, they just fucking go all out. Like, the whole, like, that little mini city, that mini barangay will throw, like, many parties. Like, the whole week through. It's so wild. Like, there's, like, basketball games.
Nice.
There's like dances at night. There's obviously a lot of gambling happening all around and drinking and karaoke.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of that. So, but I also just want to visit, like maybe Palawan. Like, I really want to just be by the beach.
Yeah.
And just, like, be alone and serene. Like,
yeah.
That'd be really cool.
How far is it from Manila?
Bicol is, I think, 8 hours by the bus.
Whoa.
Yeah. I used to travel, like, when I was younger. From Bicol to Manila.
Wow.
Yeah, 8 hours.
What would you go there for?
So the main reason that I really went to the city was because to, like, process our, like, U.S. papers.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, every time that we would go out, it would be, like, by the bunch, like, all of us going. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, like, we would just go there to, like, get shit done and, like, get documented pretty much, like get it rolling, you know, like getting shots or, like, just, like, signing papers and, like, but I was always there, like, on behalf of my parents. Like, I could never just, like, fill out the thing on my own, but I had to be there.
Right.
But yeah, and to visit, like, a few cousins here and there, but it was strictly because of, like, we were processing our papers.
Was the city, like, completely different from Bicol? Like,
oh yeah, for sure. Like, obviously there's a lot more traffic, there's a lot more cars, and mind you, like, this was, like, what, 2008, like, that I was, like, going back and forth, and, like, throughout that time, or 2007, 2008, like, we were just, like, going back and forth, and yeah, it was very different. It was always really polluted. It was like there's so many people. And there's just, like, big, giant, like buildings, as opposed to, like, being in the province. It's just, like, farmlands. It's just, like, rice fields as far as you can see.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, you're not really, like, super culture shocked because, like, it's still the same.
Right.
But it's just, like, amplified times 10. Like, so many cars, so many everything. Like, it's just busier in general. Yeah.
Wow. Did you like the city life though? Like, I mean, do you like living here?
Yeah.
In comparison.
I like it here because, I mean, I just have a lot more, like, I'm more flexible, you know, like, I know where things are, and, like, it's not far ways out.
That's true.
Like, in the Philippines, like, I remember if I wanted to go to the mall, I would have to drive 2 hours to go to Naga. And it's, like, the city. And but when I came back, they had, like, a full-blown mall like 30 minutes outside where I lived.
Wow.
So it's just, like, yeah, I'm assuming that, like, since then it just gotten bigger. So I'm, like, super excited to see, like, what all changed.
Yeah. That would be fun. But we should, man, I haven't even asked you about your music yet. Oh my god.
What are we?
We're at, like, 29 minutes.
That's crazy. Wow. Just 30 minutes. Just skip, guys.
But you're so much fun to talk to. Oh my gosh. So,
Thank you.
She is a singer, and I've been watching your Instagram videos, and that's actually how I found you, was through McRighteous.
Yeah, I'm actually going there this evening.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. So where have you been working with him?
So I recently, it's wild because to be even introduced as a singer is wild to me. Like, I shit you not, I was not in the wave for such a long time. Like, I was just, like, keeping it to myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, like, I was just doubting myself, like, constantly. Like, my insecurities were just, like, super, super high. I'm like, well, I don't really want to sing because one of the reasons why, like, I feel the most vulnerable when I'm singing is because I write my own songs and that I'm using my own voice. So to me, it's very different from when I cook you something or when I paint you something. Like, to me, this is like really like the inside of my soul, like the inside of my heart being like an instrument, like to how I really feel.
Yeah.
So when I sing in front of people or when I'm like, I just get like super tight. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Like, I don't know if I can share you that side of me yet.
Right.
Because I'm not fully 100% like enveloped in it myself. So it's like I have to, like, in ways, like I had to pull myself back, and I'm like, listen, this is what you need to do. Like, this is what you have given, and there's no escaping it. Like, that was just like the point of me deciding that really music is what I've always wanted to do but always been super scared to do. So I was like, this is really, I think that you should pursue this.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because on my way to work, I think I was off that day, but I was like picking up something, and then on my way there I was listening to this beat, and I was like, oh shit, this song is so fucking good. And so I just started like singing to it, but also like taking mental notes of like, this is what I should say, this is what I should say. And so I got to like a first chorus or a first verse, and I was like, you know what, I want to fucking record this. And so I bought the beat, and I texted McRighteous like right then. I texted him. I was like, yo, I know this is like really late notice or whatever, but I would like to record this sometime soon. And he was like, bet, like, when are you free? And I was like, I mean, I'm free today. Like, as far as I know, like, I want to record this today because, like, before I forget it, you know what I mean? And he was just like, yeah, come through in a second. And I was like, word? And so I just did. I came there and I fucking bought the beat and I recorded it.
Wow.
And then it was just like, I was just like getting myself comfortable and also like just navigating the waters. I feel like just like testing it out and really see if like I really want to do this. And I was so happy like the whole time I was like doing it. I was just like, oh my god, like I can't believe I'm actually singing in front of you right now. Like, wow.
Yeah.
So it's always like really ecstatic. Yeah, it's wild.
Oh, you're so good though too. And I can definitely tell you're pouring your soul into it. Like, I don't know, like it just seems so genuine and you're not just singing just to sing.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, like I feel like it's a safe like description of me because like I never just want to half-ass anything I'm doing. Like if I'm doing something, it's because I chose to do it, and also like I want to dedicate myself into doing it. Like I never just, especially my art, like anything that's attached to art, it's just like I have to do my 110% because there's no room for setbacks or no, I'm sorry. There's no room for like holding back. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you have to let it all go because it's meant to be genuine. It's meant to be heartfelt. Right. So once you do that, I feel like you touch people more and you can relate to people more if you're really like vulnerable and like really true to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true. Can you move your mic a little bit higher? Sorry. I just noticed it.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was just like looking. Oh my gosh. My throat. But yeah, so like have you been like singing around your parents? Like how old were you when you like first discovered that this is what you...
So it's really all to my dad because my dad gave me all the arts and my mom gave me like her intellect. So my dad always had the arts of singing, cooking, like playing instruments, painting, drawing, or yeah, just drawing mainly, and just like being really good with just life. Like he's really street smart, you know what I mean? And my mom's really book smart. And yeah, whenever I lived in Saudi, my dad actually has a photograph of it. He was singing on stage and I was like pulling him away. I was like, no, come here. And so they were just like, oh, Abigail's just like wanting your attention. And I feel like with that, he like transferred like his art through me. And I feel like ever since I've known how to pick a note, like I knew how to sing because my dad was always just so good at singing. So it was never just like a learning thing. I feel like it was really innate and I was like blessed to have that ability to just sing.
Yeah.
And with that, I was just like, with that mentality, I was like, well, maybe if I just don't sing, like, it'll still be there. Like, it's not gonna go away. But at the same time, I have to take advantage of that. I have to take advantage of that skill and that ability to sing, because I feel like if I really, like, align myself with my art, especially, like, music, like, I can really change the course of not only my life, but also so many others.
That's so true.
Because once I get, like, you know, like, really stable, like, I really want to create opportunities for people. Like, I want to build a school, and I want to build, like an outreach center for, like, vagrants and, like, homeless people.
Aww.
And just like insert cooking in that way. Like, here, I want to cook this food for you so you could feel like fulfill yourself for the day or the week at least, and get on with it, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like that giving back again. It's just, I feel like once I really pour this into myself, like, it'll pour out of me, and then everyone's just gonna have their own little like cup of it too. Like, it's just like really inspiring, because when I see someone who's like really happy, like, with their art, like, especially, like, there's this one artist right now, she's really a creative, Amanda Seals. She's incredible, and every time I see like her face just like filled up with joy, it makes me want to do the same. And so that's what I really mean, like, once I really fulfill myself, like, with my art, I feel like I will get to inspire people to do the same. And it's just that curiosity and that, like, perseverance of, like, wanting to do what you want, because it's like, you know, you need to do it, you know? Like, I feel like it's like the path that you were supposed to be on.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's how, like, successful, like, artists such as, like, Beyonce and Rihanna, like, you really can't doubt yourself. Like, I think there was an interview on Beyonce when she was a kid. Like, she just always knew, like, she was gonna make it, because, like, who's someone to tell them that they can't? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just, like, if you really work hard and really give it your all, you really can do everything. I know that sounds very after school special.
No, it's true, because like, whatever you choose to do, like, if you do it with such determination and, like, that goal in your mind, like, it just flourishes, like, regardless. And regardless if people like it or not. It's just like, it's what you're supposed to do, because you know it's right, you know? Like, it feels genuine and it feels wholesome. So it's like, why wouldn't you want to share that with people?
Right, totally. So who were your musical influences growing up, like, as far as sound and...
So I feel like I'm really hip hop. My brother always, like, introduced me to hip hop music, and to just, like, his own music. Like, he used to listen to a lot of Filipino raps.
Oh,
like,
nice.
A lot, and also like US hip hop. Like, a lot of it was just, like, super different from each other, and so I learned how to appreciate different genres of music. Like, he would listen to Parokya ni Edgar. Do you know who they are? It's like a pop rock band in the Philippines. And then he would listen to Drake all the time, like, like, back in, like, 2008, 2009. And it's so wild to me that, or 2011, sorry. And like, my dad would always listen, like, he had, like, a whole cassette tapes, and to me, music was always just, like, music. It wasn't like something that you could be specific on. It was just, like, what it was. And people would just, like, listen to so many music, and I really wouldn't know the titles to it or the artists, but I just knew that it sounded good. Because, like, we would have a lot of fiestas, and people would just, like, blare music, and, like, we would have, like, the basketball court, like, just shut down, and it would be, like, turned into a dance floor, like, at night, and people would just, like, dance and, like, sing, and like, that was really my influence as like, a kid. Like, not necessarily like, oh, I'm listening to the CD or, like, listening to this specific recordings or whatever, but it was always just around me, like, same an energy. Same thing, like, with cooking. Like, it was always just essential to the part of or to the ways of living, really. Like, it was always just there. And so me growing up, music and cooking was always there. Like it never really like stopped, or it was never really introduced. It was just it was always there.
Right.
And it always will be.
Yeah.
You know, like those kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah. I never thought of it that way. That's so true though. Like even with me, music was always my dad playing his records like on the weekends or like on his day off. Like that was my alarm clock, was just like waking up to my dad blaring music. I'm like, oh my God, people are trying to sleep. And like I do it now and like I'm always playing my music loud. It's like a comfort thing.
Yeah.
Like when you're home alone, like, all right, the day is off. I can actually just like let loose and dance around.
It's really
the house.
therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's so therapeutic, especially music that you just resonate with. It's just like, this is exactly how I feel. Or like, it's just a great spectrum to explore in general. Like whatever mood you're in, like there's a music for it. You know, same thing like with food.
Right.
It's like if you're sad, eat a tub of ice cream. It's there. You know, or chocolates. I fucking love chocolates.
Me too. Do you like dark or milk or?
I've grown to love dark a lot.
Yeah, me
but
too.
I used to fuck with milk chocolate.
Yeah.
Heavy. Like super. God.
Yep.
Yeah, like those Balikbayan boxes, better have some milk chocolate. Listen. My brother, I kid you not, I don't know how many times he would like hide like boxes of M&Ms and Snickers and Milky Ways all to himself. Or no. I would hide them and he would always find them. And I'm like, how, you fucking rat? Like, how do you smell this shit? God. Like, it would just be gone the next day. I'm like, oh my God. He took it. Of course he knew where I was like keeping it. So.
Oh man. Yeah. What's your favorite Filipino candy?
Have you ever, well, I guess it's not really, candies are kind of weird. Are you talking about like delicacies or like
I loved tamarind growing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or like polvoron.
Oh yes, I was just eating one last night from Goldilocks.
Ooh, that's the shit.
I know, the classic one. So good. The panipig.
Oh,
have you ever? It's like the crispy one.
Oh, I've had that. Yeah,
it's so good.
I remember the first time I had that because I was so used to the more powdery one. I was like, is this old? Like,
no, it's just the texture of it. It's just panipig. That's so crazy. No, but yeah, I love tamarinds too. Like the one that's coated in sugar.
Yes!
Oh shit, that's my
man.
That's
when
my
I
jam.
lived in the Philippines, I would plant that shit, hoping a tamarind tree would grow.
That's funny. They're like long, like this, and they're brown. They're like enclosed. Yeah, it's like peas. Right. But it's like a tamarind. It's cool. We used to grow them a lot. Yeah, and my grandparents or my great grandparents had like a house in the middle of a field, and in that house it's surrounded by many coconut trees, mango trees, and starfruit trees. Ooh. So every summer, me and my cousins and my siblings would just go there and just like tikdol, like it's like take down the mangoes and the coconut. And in some instances people would climb the coconut tree and like, you know, butcher that shit. It's so fun. God, I miss that so much.
That sounds like so much fun.
And like what you said about like waking up to music. Yeah. I woke up by roosters. Oh yeah. Like that was my alarm clock. Or my aunt like fucking kicking me in the shin. Wake up! Gising na! You're late! Gising! I'm like, oh my God, stop hitting me! I'm triggered.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Kudos to my aunt though. She like took care of me, like for sure. Aww. Yeah.
There's always that one cool aunt. I aspire to be that cool aunt.
I don't know if she was cool, but she was really, she took care of me. She was super uptight. She was like a second version of my mom. To me, my cool aunt lives in Canada. She's the one who really calls me Bam. Oh. And she's just like, I told her that I was gonna get a tattoo, and she was like, huh? Don't know. You should just get a baby instead of a. I'm like, where is the logic behind this? Like, can you tell me? And Filipino she was like, logic. I know. She was just like, well, you can still be pregnant and give the baby to me, but tattoos you can't take back. And I'm like, oh my God. I guess you're right, but I don't want a baby right now. I want that tattoo. And so I just never got the tattoo. Because it was tied to having a baby. And so I was like, you know what? This is not... I shouldn't have talked to you about this. I thought you would understand, but you took it to a whole other different dimension.
That's so funny.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's the cool one for sure.
Yeah. Oh, man. My face hurts from, like, laughing.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Also, when you did that,
Tikdol. Yeah, that shit's so real.
There are some times where I'm like, I'm so used to saying the Filipino phrase for it that I don't know what the English way is. Like, for instance, like when you know, when you beat the rugs, I didn't know.
Pag.
That's exactly what I was leading to. I'd be like, you know, you pug it.
Yeah.
Like, make sure you beat it.
That's me, but the opposite. I'm like, wait, what's the Tagalog version of this? Like, or like, I'll get super excited if I like hear a word that I've never heard before, or like I haven't heard of in like such a long time.
Really?
And I just like crack up laughing. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't heard that word, but that word exists. That's so cool. Yeah, I do that all the time. All the time.
Oh, that's
it's so fun. It's so fun being bilingual.
I know. And just knowing, like I said, growing up, I knew the disgusting words first. Like, you know, pangit or baho or baboy.
That's funny. Baboy is always a fun word.
Yeah.
Baboy. Baboy mo. God, you ate all my fucking chips, you fucking baboy. That's so funny. Yeah. Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, it's so fun like catching up with other Filipinos who know like not even the whole language, just like certain like phrases that would make your day. Like, oh my God, you relate. Do you have a tabo?
Yes, of course.
Okay, good.
Dude, every guy I've ever dated, I'm always like trying to enforce the tabo. I'm like, dude, it's so clean.
It's so clean. You're never gonna fucking meet another one who's got, you know, the cleanest.
Exactly.
The cleanest bottle. And I'm like, good luck finding another one. Unless they're Filipino. There you go.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like I tried explaining it to my what's it called? My coworkers and my chefs, and they were like, "So how do you wash? How do you clean yourself?" And I was like, "So you sit down, and you grab the tabo with like filled with water, and you just you just fucking soak that shit. What do you mean? Like, of course, and you know, like it's just the most sanitary thing to do.
Yeah. I'm like, why wouldn't you? They get grossed out that you have to do hand to hand or hands of whatever contact.
But you're shitting on your own shit for long periods of time until you take a shower. Yeah. Don't even come at me. So to me, now that like hearing that, I'm like, I just dismiss it. I'm like, you know what? You do you. I'm doing me. I know I'm the cleanest.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, your opinion don't really matter to me.
Yep. Especially like when you're on your period.
Oh God, that's the best and worst.
Yes.
Because it's just like you're just like having to wash like yourself, but it's like the most sanitary way to wash yourself.
It's so refreshing.
Yeah. Like my sister too, like every time she pees, she uses the tabo, or she has like wipes, and I was like, I don't know, every time I pee I have to fucking wash myself, but definitely when I poop, definitely you can count on that. It's so wild.
But I mean, I think, okay, perhaps there's a misconception that like when you use the tabo, you don't wipe first. But I'm like, no, I have to. Exactly.
You're just going there, like, I think it's so gross. Like, wipe that shit first. And
exactly.
Then
I even still wipe it till there's nothing on the toilet paper, and then we can wash again.
Yes. Thank you. Like, why do I have to even like it's so wild to me that I even have to explain myself. And I'm like, why? Like, you know why you don't have to explain yourself? Because you nasty. You nasty. That's it. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Get you a tabo. So I got my chef a tabo for his birthday.
Nice.
Yeah.
So mine is kind of ghetto because I know most of them have the handle. Mine is just like the take-home plastic bowl from like a restaurant.
That's funny. You should go to the Asian store. They have so many tabos. So many. I have a blue one. You should get a red one or a yellow one. Oh my god. We are repping the fucking country right now. So wild.
Man, that's so funny.
It is.
And you don't even have to use the bath or like use the toilet to use a tabo. Like after a long day when I get home, it just feels nice to just get out of my clothes and wash.
Exactly. You just feel like honestly, it's a part of a routine.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, and then I wash myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I go to bed.
Yeah.
And I obviously change.
Right. Or like if you're going to be intimate with your significant other, you use it again.
And afterwards. So, there you go.
It should
Everyone
be sparkling. We should be sparkling right now.
Yes. And you have to. Like, you got to take care of yourself. Like, for real, though. I've heard, oh my God. So, one time in high school, I had this really bad encounter. And I call him stank dick because it's just, we're going to call it what it is. Stank dick because it was just that. Stank dick. I'm like, how you expect me to touch it? Don't. Oh, God. The things you have to do to get dick sometimes. I'm like.
Ooh, which, you're newly on the field.
Oh,
Oops.
No, it's okay. No, I think it's good to be like, it's good to be celibate for a little bit. Yeah. I think because I was like thinking about it. The more and more I think about it, it's like you're like reserving yourself for like that moment whenever you're really ready. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just like sex is so powerful that it can be misconstrued many times. Yeah. Like, people just do it because they want to do it because of several reasons. To feel good, to feel like they're in control or in power or whatever. Like, whatever reason it is. But to me, it's just it's very intimate, but also, like, it can be whatever you want it to be. Right. Especially when you're comfortable, like, with the partner. Yeah. And so to find that is really rare. Yeah. You know what I mean? To find someone who's like down to do whatever you want, whatever your kinks or like you're into, whatever it is. Like, it can be matched by someone else, but finding that someone else can be challenging and also difficult. Yeah. So I'm not really exploring, but I'm like okay with not having it for a minute. Yeah. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, like, totally. It's always good to be by yourself and like, I don't know.
And you have the time to explore, like, what you really want and, like, what you're really...
Yeah. Plus, you're so young, too.
That's true. I ain't worried about it. It's gonna come when it's gonna go.
When you turn 21?
November 22nd, 11/22, baby.
What? Oh, my gosh. Are you gonna do anything for your birthday?
Honestly... I have a lot of people saying, like, we should get fucked up. We should do this. And I'm like, I mean, I plan on doing it, but I don't know when and how. Like, I might work that day. So, I mean, I would love to, like, go out and, like, party for a little bit. I mean, I'm 21. How often do you fucking turn 21? Just once in your life. So.
But you're more of, like, a homebody.
Yeah. But I also like chilling with people. I like going outdoors and, like, I like... being out and about. Like, I love just like doing shit even though I'm not really doing anything, like, you know, like I'm just like outside or just like hanging out with friends or just like that's funny because like I don't really have friends in Austin. Like, I have several, but it's not really like, oh, like we're super tight, you know, like I see them like once in every 3 fucking months. It's so crazy. But I have like those type of relationships where like, especially my friendships, like, we won't see each other for a long periods of time, but it's like when we see each other or we talk to each other, it's like nothing happened. Yeah. And so I'm super blessed to have those like type of people in my life. Like, I have so many. Like, like it's a great way to be because like you have the time to be alone, but whenever you have those friends, like you can always like lean on them because it never really changes.
Totally. Yep. That's definitely where I am, or at least what's common for like as you get older type. So.
Yeah, I've never like wanted to have like big groups of friends. Like, I would rather just have like a square. Yeah. Fuck a circle. Like, I want a square. I want you to know. Right. And vice versa. Like, I'll always be there for them. Yeah. And they'll always be there for me.
There you go.
And we know that.
Yeah.
It's like very mutual. Like, you don't even have to like. You just know. Yeah.
Plus,
very
I'm
blessed.
like, yeah, loyal. I'm also like a loyal friend too. Like, even though like we're not that close, but if you need me or like in any capacity, like I'll still be there for you, like in a state of emergency. But yeah, that's how I roll.
I feel that. Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably start wrapping up about like what we expect to see or hear from you music-wise, projects. What are you working on?
So I'm planning on putting out like a small EP, like maybe 5 to 6 songs. I'm definitely writing a lot more, and I'm definitely in and out of the studio a lot more, like way more than I've ever been. I mean, it's only like 3 sessions. This is like the 3rd session, but I like do a lot, and like with those time, I just get really inspired because I talk with Curtis too, McRighteous, and like, and just like how it feels like to produce it and release it whenever you're ready, and then perform it. It's like this like built up like happiness and also like ecstaticness that you feel whenever you're creating something that's like really close to your heart. And so yeah, like I'm planning on putting out like songs a lot, and just like having to be more in touch of like my creative side, like whether it be like through photography or painting or cooking or singing, really singing. And then eventually like I want to tie that all together, you know what I mean? But it takes time. Like I know like all these things like take time. And I'm just trying to be more productive in making songs and finishing them. That's the most important thing. It's like finishing songs and like finishing something. Because, like, you get writer's block. Like, when you do your own shit, you're just like, man, I'm, like, really... I feel like I'm too close to this. I need to back away, like, for a minute or so just to, like, gather, like, what I really want from it and, like, what it really needs. So, like, I have a couple of songs that's, like, semi-finished but, like, also not finished. But I know what I want to do with them. But sometimes I'm, like, super close to it that I'm like, oh, my God, I don't know what else. Like, I don't know what to write next, or I don't know how to sing this next. You know what I mean? So I have to take that time to, like, just kind of, like, disengage for a second and then come back to it ready to go. Yeah. But it's always so fun, like, writing and just, like, figuring out, like, how I feel and, like, how I should say this in a more, like, not super, like, of course sincere, but, like, in a way that's not super, it's, like, inclusive, but it's also, like, you relate to it. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so cool.
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. I mean, you're putting so much thought into it. I mean, it's good to take your time and not rush things. I think there's some artists that like feel the need to constantly like pump stuff out, but like, but then are you really challenging yourself as an artist if you're not like investing and perfecting it and you know evolving? I don't know.
Yeah, but I get that, and you evolve every day.
Yeah,
every single, if you really let yourself do it, like it's just there's so many room for improvement and also room for like opportunities to explore yourself, and like that's really what I want to do. It's like to have that opportunity to like fold and unfold things as they go, and I'm like, you know what, this didn't work out, maybe I should try something else, or like just really be open to failing. Like I think people are super afraid to fail, and I think it's necessary that you stumble upon a few or several mistakes or setbacks, because you learn from those shit like more than you do when you're happy or when you're really on track, you know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah, that's so true. Well, maybe in like this stage in your life, like you'll be inspired to write about different things, like I don't know, like your breakup or like do you write a lot about like your love life?
I think I do, and also like what I want. Like it's like I said, I want it to be relatable because I know that I'm not the only person like going through whatever it is that I'm going through. And so if I could really just if I could make a song and translate it so someone else could relate to it, then that would be like a blessing. Like that would be like, oh my God, like it's like getting complimented like when I cook something that reminds them of their like mom's cooking, or like, oh my god, I remember this like one time, like you know, that's the biggest compliment to me, is that you got reminded of like a feeling of like something deeper than just like the tangible, you know.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I think that's like my goal, is to be like deep rooted enough to be like intimate with people, and also like just know that they're not alone.
Yeah. That is very well said.
Thanks.
Oh, you're so good. Well, we should probably wrap up. So are you only on Instagram right now, or like?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm working on to get my my label on, not my label, but like my name on DistroKid, so I can like produce. But before that, I have to like finish those songs. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm on Instagram at Abby Sernal _. It's ABBYSERNAL _.
Right, not Arsenal.
I was just thinking that. I was like, not that one.
Do you have a SoundCloud or anything?
No. So I haven't, like I said, like I haven't produced any like songs on my own. Okay. Like this is really just like the newest chapter that I'm trying to like really continue to write on.
Well, I'm excited for you. I can't wait. And you should also do like a YouTube maybe. I don't know, like performing. Maybe. You're just so likable. Like I can't see like how anyone would not want to follow you. So, but I appreciate you coming, and I hope you ate enough. Like
it was so good. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And you got to drive back down south.
I know. It's fun though. I love driving.
Okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate you making the trip.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see
I can't wait
music.
I want to do this again.
Yeah,
like,
just
so
come
fun.
out. We can podcast. We don't have the podcast. We can always just like talk and chill and do art. Like I paint sometimes too, or like
we should do photography next.
Yeah, can I shoot you because you're so gorgeous?
Thank you.
I was like telling John, I was like, can she be my sister? No.
You can be my sister. I know. I love sisters.
Oh, yay. Well, you have a good night, everyone. And clink clink is my tradition. So clink clink. Bye. I feel so dorky.
No, it's cute. Keep doing it. It's what makes you you. Oh. Clink clink.
You can reach us at fatalpodcastatx@gmail.com or Instagram at fatalappeal.